Wow, we just got an absolutely fascinating video. It takes a look inside Donald Trump's social media response to Kamala Harris's speech. Now, this is a video taken of Donald Trump's campaign while he dictates his tweets while Kamala Harris speaks at the DNC. It is a fascinating look inside the Trump campaign, inside how deranged he is, but how intentionally deranged. How this man is very intentional with every single word he says, every single word he posts on Twitter or Truth Social is an intentional play to undermine trust in our institutions and weaken people's belief that America is working for them. He wants people to believe that only he is working for them. So with 24 hours to go, we have no time to waste. Let's break down this video and let's break down Donald Trump's speech in Pittsburgh tonight. Let's start off with this. Trump is surrounded on stage by surrogates, people like his two sons, Beavis and Butthead, or Dumb and Dumber over here, and he is just using apocalyptic rhetoric. Take a listen.
They came up with all these hoaxes, Adam Schiff and all this scum that we have in this country. They're scum. And
he calls us scum immediately.
they knew it was a hoax. And they tried to put this guy who didn't know anything about Russia, they tried to put him in jail, Adam Schiff, conceived of the story. Think of it. Adam Shifty Schiff, one of the truly unattractive people.
One of the truly unattractive people. Donald Trump says that on stage as his orange makeup sweats down his face with the smell of Burger King coming out of his pores.
I call him Watermelon Head. He's got the largest head and the smallest neck. He's got a neck that's about 4 inches around. He's got a watermelon on top of it.
Literally middle school bully.
But he's not a stupid person, but he's an evil kind of person. And he's likely going to be a senator, unfortunately. But I mean, this scum is going to be a senator. So their movement carries on. But our movement carries on too.
Does it? Seems like the crowds are thinning, and I like how he says that Adam Schiff is evil, Nancy Pelosi is evil. He says these people are evil. They are the nicest people ever. I've talked to them. I've met them at the DNC. Somehow Tucker Carlson is an amazing human being. Now, this brings us on to this leaked video. I find this absolutely fascinating. Has anybody in the comments seen the movie The War Room, a look inside Clinton's campaign? Well, this kind of reminds me of that, but it's a lot more deranged. Just to lay the groundwork, former President Donald Trump responded angrily to Kamala Harris's acceptance speech to the Democratic National Convention. Of course, this was months ago, but this is a video of Donald Trump's rapid response to that exact night. Some of the tweets that he sent were, quote, "She's done nothing for 3.5 years but talk, and that's what she's doing tonight. She's complaining about everything but doing nothing." Trump ended up posting more than 40 times on his social media account. More than 40 times. And you know what's interesting? I'm gonna be honest. I used to think these tweeting sprees were manic frenzies where he's absolutely losing his shit typing away, and they kind of are. They kind of are, but look how controlled they can also be. Then we'll cover Trump's rally. First, I've been getting comments like this one. I've been watching you for a while now, but I didn't realize that I never even subscribed. I am now voting blue. Make sure you subscribe below, and let's take a look at this behind the scenes footage.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, too many thank yous. It's about 20. There must be 35.
Dream to be the scientist.
She's talking about how great San Francisco was before she destroyed it. A lot of talk about childhood. We've got to get to the border, inflation, and crime. Say these out. The things of which she complains. The things of which she complains.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man.
Okay, I hate to pause it on you guys, but I want you to notice a few things. First of all, listen to his lisp when he's behind the scenes, which of course there's nothing wrong with that. I'm the last person to ever judge, but it's just interesting to hear how differently he speaks. And also, he's got his hand on his Diet Coke. I enjoy Diet Coke, so I'm not judging there. He's also a sweaty mess, and he's just being very reactive. He's reacting and biting on everything that VP Harris says. I'm gonna start this from the beginning because I wonder, do you guys find this as fascinating as me?
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, too many thank yous. It's about 20. There must be 35.
Dream to be the scientist.
She's talking about how great San Francisco was before she destroyed it. A lot of talk about childhood. We've got to get to the border, inflation, and crime. Say these out. The things of which she complains. Things of which she complains.
In many ways, Donald Trump is an unserious man.
These prosecutions were all started by her and Biden against their political opponent. Me. Get that out right away. She paid and raised bail. She paid bail to get the violent rioters in Minnesota out of jail.
Tim Walz let Minnesota burn. Kamala Harris banned out the ones who lit the matches.
Put it in there. Put it right in with the stuff, right?
With that post, yeah.
Yeah.
But
You could do it either that or separate.
Say more lies, lying about the Project 2025.
Oh, lying against Project 25, which she knows, and so do all Democrats, that I have absolutely nothing to do with.
She says we all know that Trump term.
Pretty fascinating, in my opinion. There's a few things I noticed. He takes actual offense when Kamala Harris says he's an unserious person. I'm going to find it right here. He goes, oh, you hear that, folks?
Serious man.
You hear that, folks?
You hear that, folks. He actually took offense. There we have Tulsi Gabbard behind the scenes with Donald Trump. And, you know, while I'm recording this, Donald Trump just got a little bit nervous about North Carolina. Right here, Donald Trump said, they have already pulled out of a couple states. Word is, they pulled out of North Carolina and cut out all of their ads and they're using it someplace else. That is not true. They are doubling down on North Carolina because it's very, very close. Take a listen.
They've already pulled out of a couple of states, you know, states like, the word is they pulled out of North Carolina. They cut all their ads. They're using the money someplace else. I even heard they ran out of money. They don't have any money with all the money.
Where did he hear that from? Where the hell did he hear that people ran out of money? Is this another prime example of the Trump feedback loop, something that we came up with, saying it's a self-perpetuating communication pattern in which Donald Trump generates a rumor or a false claim himself, amplifies that false claim through repeated mentions, then subsequently asserts that many people are saying it. Quote, many people are saying it, creating an illusion of widespread belief in the idea even when no external validation exists. Somebody in response said, Trump is very nervous about California. Trump is so nervous about California. In 2016, in 2020, I wouldn't have believed you if you told me Trump would be campaigning in North Carolina on election eve and 4 times in the past 3 days. You don't campaign in a state 4 times if you are incredibly confident in your position. Here's Donald Trump asking his managers if he's allowed to do stuff.
Of course, she was from Italy. Beautiful young lady, which I'm not allowed to say. You can't say beautiful, so I'll take beautiful. But she was a beautiful young... In politics, you're not allowed to call a woman beautiful anymore. It's the end of your career. So please delete the word beautiful. Thank you very much. Well, 60 Minutes deleted the whole damn answer. What? So I'm allowed to do that, aren't I, Susan Wiles?
Susan Wiles? He called Susie Wiles Susan Wiles. This is just an entire mess right here. And who has said you can't call a woman beautiful? I have never heard anyone say you can't call a woman beautiful. I mean, that could be normal, but the way Donald Trump does it is so inherently weird and creepy. He doesn't just say beautiful, he goes, it's a beauty. She's a real beauty, beautiful thing. He says it repeatedly in a creepy, almost incessant way. It's fine to say, yeah, Kamala Harris is a beautiful person. We can say that objectively, fine. Aaron Blake says, Tim Alberta's piece days ago, it reminds some allies of his havoc-making decisions in the White House. Trump never had much use for calm and quiet. He didn't appreciate normalcy. Above all, he couldn't stand being babysat. This is him retaliating against Susie Wiles or Susan Wiles, and it reminds me of when I used to have detentions in high school for being tardy to class, and when you're in those detentions, you have the instinct to be more juvenile. So I remember I'd be in detention and I'd want to pull out my phone and scroll through my phone just to say, hey, look, you can't keep me in this detention. Here's Donald Trump saying that immigrants, or sorry, not even immigrants, migrants should wrestle with Penn State college students.
Oh, those Penn State guys, I wanted them to wrestle the migrants. I told, you know, the UFC, Dana White, oh, they killed me in this. I told Dana, you ought to set up your League of Champions, unbelievable, best fighters in the world, and a migrant league. At the end, I want the migrant to go against the champion, and I think the migrant might actually win. That's how nasty some of these guys are.
He's saying that he wants to hold a tournament where the best wrestler at the end of the tournament goes up against a migrant, and he's acting like all of these migrants are, what, the Incredible Hulk or Spider-Man in that scene in the 2002 movie where he just walks into the rink and absolutely rolls through the other guy. Who is he supposed to be? And now we just got this breaking news story. The Texas Attorney General may deploy a rapid response legal team to polling places on election day. The Texas AG, Ken Paxton, a Republican, will deploy poll watchers to major counties across the state. Lord have mercy, it already begins. We have a lot to break down tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do I do a full day live stream, or do I do 8 videos in the morning, then a live stream at night? Probably just a live stream at night, right? Or maybe a full day live stream where we just do continuous updates. The announcement comes as the capstone to 3 months of allegations by our Texas Republicans that state and national Democrats intend to commit widespread fraud comes to an apex. Paxton wrote Monday that his election day rapid response legal team would defend the ballot box from any bad actors seeking to unduly influence or illegally undermine Texas's elections. But the question is, who determines who is undermining the elections? Because in 2020, we had 2 different people making 2 different claims. Not 2 different people. We had one body of courts, institutions, professionals saying the election wasn't stolen, and we had Trump and Rudy Giuliani and Mike Lindell saying it was. Who's going to decide that? Who's going to decide that, Ken Paxton? That's what I'm wondering. Either way, if you enjoyed this video and if you appreciate what I do, drop a like, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.